David, thank you for joining us in this episode of the Retro Dodo podcast. Me and Seb are very jealous because we didn't attend Gamescom, and kind of out of nowhere, we witnessed that the Vectrex is back in a mini form, and we had to get you on the podcast to talk about it because, you know, admittedly for me, the Vectrex was a little before my time, so I didn't actually manage to experience it in my childhood, although I was at the London Science Museum 2 days ago, and they had a Vectrex original there, and it's a phenomenal console that I rarely play. So it's good to get you on and talk about what the Mini is, what it can do, possible new features, and in the future of Vectrex. In all honesty, so please do introduce yourself and what you're doing at Vectrex.
Thank you very much for welcoming me on your podcast. I'm very happy. Sorry, I am French, so if I make some mistakes by speaking in English, don't blame me. It's because I'm French.
No problem.
And not a lot of French speaks very well English. We are trying to, but as we are French, you know, we are always complaining. So anyway, well, I'm a little bit older than you guys. I'm 57, so I have encountered the Vectrex when it was released in 83 for Europe, because it was the end of 82 for US. It has been brought by Milton Bradley in Europe, and been distributed by his original company who concepted was CGE, General Electric, something like that. It's not General Electric, it's not GE, it's CGE. The leader of the project, the leader of the project was Jess Smith. He was an engineer, and he did some really great stuff before, but the Vectrex project is just amazing, thinking of bringing the arcade from you have on arcade cabinet, you have outside your house, and bringing that in a small format, a compact format, and without how to say that, without restriction for displaying the graphism, because at that time you only have Atari 2600, that is not really good in television, and the best one perhaps was the ColecoVision. That was really great console with nice graphism, but the graphism was a really problem to bring home an arcade game. So they imagined this idea to use vector graphics, and that's just a brilliant idea because it's easier to calculate and to put vector graphics on a screen than high definition pixels, you know. So it was a CRT screen. Who came from Samsung. It was from an oscilloscope screen that only display white or nothing. So it's very bright white. That's why they imagined to put some plastic overlays, tinted plastic overlays, just behind behind the screen, in front of the screen. And it colors the vectors, and so the rendering is very fun on the Vectrex, and
you
it's
outsmarted the TV there. You say the TV couldn't do color, and you go, easy solution.
Yeah, easy, and it's working really well because the vectors are a little bit. It fade a little bit the brightness of the vector, so it's not too aggressive, and it works really well. And it's amazing because when we were at Gamescom, we have two original Vectrex console over there, and the kids, 7, 8, 10, they love to play on Mindstorm, on Scramble, on Berserk, and these classical games that are really simple to master, even if they are not easy. But it's not like a PlayStation or an Xbox where you have to take 1 hour to learn how to play a game. It's very fast. It's very quick. It's a little bit like handphone games. You know, your games, very quick games you can have on your phone. the Vectrex games works like this. It's really easy to play, very fast, and the graphical rendering is still really up to date. It's still really amazing. These vectors are really wonderful to see. So that's why Vectrex is so. It's a wonderful console, and a lot of collectors want to have one. But sadly, it's only have been produced for I think 18 months between 83, 84, and I think they have made close to 1 million units of the Vectrex around the world. And today, I don't know how much lasts still working, but it's a 42 years old console. So even if you find one in a good shape and still working, for how long? That's really the problem.
What's the condition?
And it's very difficult to, and it's very difficult to find somebody to fix it today.
So what? Before we go a little bit further, if we're getting into the history of this and learning about the revival of the Vectrex, what is your role in the company currently? What are you doing with the revival of the legendary retro gaming phoenix, as it were?
Well, it's a long story.
We've got a long time, don't you worry, David. We've got a long time.
Yeah, I know, but it can be boring. I was before doing that. I was an editor. I have raised a very big edition company in France named Brajlon, and we have published a lot of English authors. One of the famous one was David Oghia, that was a wonderful guy. But Stan Nichols, many people from England has been published by Brajlon in France. Many English people, English authors, James Barclay, I don't know, a very long list of English authors. And so for 20 years, I've been working on this edition company. And we have, me and my shareholders, my friend, we have sold the company to Hachette a few years ago. So I've been working on many projects since then, many personal projects, mainly videos, short films and things like that, because I'm more in a multimedia and video area. Anyway, I come up to Julien, that was a guy who owns the brand since 20 years. He owns the brand Vectrex for a very long time. His company, Neo Retro, is specialized in acquiring a lot of different kind of brands, like watches brands or car brands, and
so
also
is he acquiring the brand name and the copyrighted materials and the trademarks, and that's it, or does he own the Vectrex kind of product in inventory?
I don't know the scale of his ownership. That's But I was interested only in the brand Vectrex, the brand, because the product, Jay Smith wanted the Vectrex itself, the core of the development of the programming, and also the games made by CGO to be free for everybody. So that's why, since 40 years, there is a very strong community among Vectrex fans and homebrews and development and games, and that's just amazing how people have taken the idea and are still making new stuff on the Vectrex, and that's just wonderful. I was only interested to license the brand, because I think it would be nice to revive the brands, because it's a brand that's ring a bell for me. I'm a computer fan. My first computer was a ZX81. I don't know if you heard about this one. I'm a deep fan of Sinclair. I can show you some photos of me and my C5. I've got a C5, yes. I collect a lot of stuff in consoles and computers, and my wife hates me for that. But anyway, I'm only allowed to put my stuff in the basement. It doesn't have to go in the other levels in the house. Only the basement. Anyway, so I thought it was a good idea to relaunch the brand Vectrex because it's such a legendary brand, and we had many. I've got so many ideas of products that I can do around the Vectrex brand, but the Mini was for me the best idea for the first product, because I collect a lot of mini consoles. I think I've got them all. The NES, the SNES, the Sega, the Egret 2, the Astro City, the Neo Geos. I think I've got everything. I'm going to show that on the video on the Kickstarter. I'm going to show all my minis. Nice. And I wanted to do a Vectrex Mini because I found the look of the Vectrex, the form factor, so nice. It is so
it's beautiful.
Did your webcam just follow
iconic.
You? Did your webcam just follow you? I think your webcam just followed you.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. My camera is following me. It's
next level stuff for our watchers.
I like it very much.
That's some sort of Skynet kind of stuff right there, 100%.
I thought it was your wife behind.
It's an
security
camera, and
nice.
Well, anyway, so Vectrex Mini was a good idea, and I spent 3 years thinking how to do that. There is a guy in France named Eric. He's got a YouTube channel, not a big one. It's a little YouTube channel named Retro Relic, and he made a lot of mini console, and he made the Vectrex. 4 years ago, I've contacted him and said, "Your Vectrex Mini is just amazing. Let's do it for real." And Eric is a very peculiar guy. He's a typical French guy from Corsica. It's just amazing. Every photos he sent me of the on working on the prototype, I can see his feet, his barefoot. I can't use that because I said to Eric, don't take the picture of your feet, please. Take the picture. It's so great having working with Eric, and we come up with this prototype here, and I was so thrilled. I've made another prototype since then.
How long did it take for the first prototype to be made?
6 months, I think.
Okay.
It's not because it's very difficult. It's difficult, but the tricky part is to have the factors of the shape being 3D printed correctly. So I bought a new printer. He had a lot of tests, and also he has to think how to manage to put the 5-inch AMOLED screen inside. In fact, it's not an AMOLED screen, this one, it's a QLED screen. But it's quite quantum dot AMOLED, it's very close. But anyway, he has to manage that. And also you asked me about the Bluetooth joystick. So we use 8-bit DO Bluetooth joystick, very small one. I think I've got it somewhere.
They get around those guys, don't they? They're in everything now. They seem to have their fingers in every single retro gaming pie that's going.
But they are making such a great work. In fact, in Gamescom, the guys from 8-bit DO came to our booth to see the Vectrex Mini because they were fans.
Nice.
And I told them, this is yours. This is your PCB inside. I hacked it to do my own joystick. So, of course, the 8-bit DO PCB has the button cross-like. and on the Vectrex it's horizontal. So we have to rewire every button because it didn't match the original form factor. So mainly the idea was to have a prototype that works really well. And with that prototype, I take that to Shenzhen and then to Taiwan and meet some companies to ask them, can you do that in a larger scale? And so I find one in Taiwan that is really good. They are really interesting in this product. And since months now, we are working together to know how to do the mold, a kind of plastic. Does it has to be grainy or smooth? And we tried so different kind of plastics. Did
you
really
take an original Vectrex with you?
Yeah, I had to. It was really complicated. So I have to let them an original Vectrex because I want them to have one to see exactly how it works. But yeah, definitely.
That sounds like a cool story in itself, how you were lugging around an original Vectrex in Taiwan and Shenzhen.
Yeah, a lot of people told me since we have displays, here's a prototype. Oh yeah, I got the same idea. I thought it could be done. Yeah, why not? And okay, but I always say to them, okay, that's a great idea, but from an idea to a real product, there is a lot. Really a lot of work, and and a lot of choice to be made, because people are complaining. The first complaint I've got is why not a CRT for the Mini Vectrex, and I have to explain there is no more manufacturers for CRTs. It doesn't exist anymore. So, okay, this is not a vector-based screen. It's a QLED screen or an AMOLED screen. But the brightness, the fact that it's only 5-inch, so the graphisms are really small, and you can't see the pixels. The movement of the vectors are fluid, and we are going to work really closely on the emulation because it's of course it's emulated. So I know your next question, why not a FPGA? I will get back to that, but it's emulated.
No, we can just sit back and let you do this, and we can just sort of say thanks very much. See you next time.
Yeah, if I talk too much, don't hesitate to tell me.
No, please hear all about it.
Well, anyway, the emulation works really fine, and I find I met some really nice guys at Gamescom in Germany that knows really well the emulator that came from India, I think, Vectrex. It's a core emulator that is been used in every Vectrex emulator, and it has its own flaws. For example, the game Clean Sweeps doesn't work really well, and there is all the problems. And we are gonna work on that. We are gonna work to correct the original emulators and add our own features into the emulators, like how do you want the vector to be displayed? Do you want a trail like on some CRT? Do you want flickering? Also, I've been asked to put the buzz. Vectrex, the original Vectrex has a buzz sound when you put it on. And I think that annoying, but people want in the Vectrex Mini the possibility to hear the buzz. Okay, that's something we're going to add. And
after like 15-20 seconds, you don't hear it anyway. I've
that's right.
To begin with, it's quite loud, but then
plus nostalgia
the brain does wonderful things.
Nostalgia is very powerful. So if that's something that you remember from having the original and you want that back again, to have that exact same experience, then it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. People love the Vectrex, so that's why they are asking for so many details on the Mini, because they really want to get back the same feeling as the original. And I say to them, okay, we are trying our best. It's our first electronic product, so we are going to be very focused on doing the best product as possible. But don't compare it to the original Vectrex. That's not the same kind of electronics. That's not the same kind of screen. And the experiment's going to be really different. I've been asked many times also if people can use their cartridge, original cartridge on the Mini. And due to the size, it's not possible. It's too big. It's going to be complicated. So no, it's not a Vectrex. It's a Mini. So with mini features. So we will have games included, of course. You will have the possibility to put a SD card, micro SD card on a card reader. In place of the original cartridge reader. It's just there.
Cool.
We already did that on the mock-up. So as you can see, it made noise.
Nice.
And here you can put a SD card and run your own Vectrex game. The only thing you will not have are the overlays have been made for the 12 games
nice.
I intend to put. So these overlays are only for the games that comes with the Vectrex. But why not doing more overlays and sell them on the website if people ask for certain titles? And I don't know yet. I'm focusing on this one, on the Vectrex Mini, and all the features that is going to be on this console.
There were 28.
Did you say?
Go on, Brandon.
Sorry, Seb. Did you say 12 games that it will become preloaded with?
Yeah, that's what I wanted, because there is, I think, around 22 or 23 original CGE games. Why only 12? Because I think it's enough to test the Vectrex and to show how works the Vectrex with different kind of games. And we are trying to deal some very nice title right now. Some from Atari, some from Konami, and we are discussing with these big companies to have the possibility to include some great titles to the Mini. So
how do you pick those titles? How do you choose those ones from the 20 odd that there are currently available? Because it's not a massive catalogue, so to kind of pick that and to pick 12 of the best, in your opinion.
My opinion. My feeling. Obviously you have to have Mindstorm. That is one of the best. It was a game including into the Vectrex, and it's going to be more Mindstorm 2 than Mindstorm original, because Mindstorm has a bug at level 9. I don't remember which level, but it stops. And in fact, the fact they released Mindstorm 2 is only because they corrected the bug. So it's going to be more Mindstorm 2 than Mindstorm. It's going to be... I like really much games for like Clean Sweep, like Starhawks, like Spike. I love Spike. I already have Spike.
Nice. We've got accessories and merch coming on the podcast here now. This is fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing. This one, Ripoff, was really good too. The pinball from Vectrex.
Oh yeah, nice.
Of course, Clean Sweep, the Cosmic Chess was really good too. Well, I choose some games like Starhawk. Yeah, I told that. Polar. That's Polar.
It'd be interesting to see the community install their own games as well, because when something like this comes along, it spikes interest, there's a little bit of motivation, people start developing their own games, and then all of a sudden you've got a community behind the console that starts creating and sharing their own games, which is going to be a lot of fun from your perspective, I believe.
Yeah, and I can't promise something I will not do, but I really want to take time to do a SDK for the Vectrex Mini, because as you noticed, it's an AMOLED screen, so you can have vectors in colors. So it would be great if I can make a GitHub website with all the infos on how to program your Vectrex, and to perhaps transform some of the original games into color games. Yes, that's really something I want to do, but it's a matter of time. I will do it, but I don't know when. But I will definitely want to do a SDK for people to have their own programming on the Vectrex Mini, using the fact that the screen is in color, so they can change a little bit the kind of the game, and especially colorize the vectors.
You've talked a lot about what you have been doing with this project, but there's a team of enthusiasts and Vectrex fans working on this project with you in France. So how many people are working on this, and what backgrounds have they come from?
Oh, well, I spoke about Eric already. That is his background is an enthusiastic fan of the consoles in general, and he already made some minis on his own. And it's just go to his channel Retro Relic, and you're gonna see it's just amazing what he did. Retro RETRO Relic, I think it's RELELIK. It finished by a K. Well, anyway.
Okay.
Also, there is a boy who is helping us because he is our community manager, and he's becoming a specialized. He knows a lot about Vectrex now, I think. He's very good. His name is Priyam, and he's try to answer everybody's question. We have also Eli Galindo. Eli. He comes from Mexico, and he lived a long time in the US, and he's got two companies, perhaps you heard about him, named Spico and Bleem. And he has released a lot of games, and he owns a lot of games. And perhaps, I can't say now, but we are trying to do some of our own games on the Vectrex, and Eli is helping us doing that. And I think it's going to be on the stretch goal for the Vectrex campaign to access to new games from Eli.
Would that be digital only, or are you thinking of maybe doing something physical?
I can't say right now. It's too early. Let me do the game. Let me add the game into the mini, and then we'll see. Because of course it will be nice to have new cartridge for the original one, but I can't say right now. It's too early. But really, that's something we want to do with Eli, and he's a great guy. He's really infinite. And soon we got the help from a guy you probably know. It's the team of Games You Loved, who's going to help us.
Chris, yes.
Chris, exactly. Well. And is very helping. He changed everything, every plan I have, he put that to the trash and said, no, David, no. I'm used to that. Let's do it the right way. So it's just amazing. Chris is amazing guy. He's got so many ideas, and he is confident that we are going to do a great product for the Vectrex fan, and that's why I think he decided to help our project, because he saw what we did on Gamescom, and he contacted me, and he said, David, you got something really interesting and that attract the attention of the retro fans. So let's do it right. Let's do it the best way we can. So Chris is just a powerful addition to our team. And of course, I'm part of a very big association in France that's named MO5. You can see them on mo5.com. And it's just such a wonderful team of specialists in retro. They got everything that existed. You can't imagine what they got in the association. It's amazing. And so they have combined so many specialists, even in the Vectrex, that are helping me, give me technical infos, insight, and feedback. And since the Gamescom, I've got so many proposals of help from people who knows. Like I told you, the emulator, the Vectrex, technical stuff about the Vectrex. So come on, come on board. I'm open to any help. So that's just great how the community combines to this project and is trying to help me now, and I'm really open to any help.
What is it?
So that's great.
What is it about the brand and like the ethos of Vectrex that you think still holds such a massive part in people's lives today? Like, what is it you think about the console itself and the games and the experience that people just still resonate with in 2025?
Well, I really don't know because I didn't meet so many Vectrex fans except in Gamescom. But what I noticed is that the brands really resonate in people's minds, even the youngest one. And also a lot of people who never knows about the Vectrex, but just saw the original one and the Mini, and they were really attracted to the product. They find it really cute. Really interesting. They like the way we use the joystick to play the game. You know, the analog joystick. That's the original one, and it's going to be an analog joystick in the Mini too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's very important. Not just a crappy button.
Yeah.
No, it's an analog joystick. For the moment, it's crappy button because of the 8-bit DO form factor. But no, we are going to do. This is a mock-up for the analog joystick, so it's going to work. So I think the people likes really much the Vectrex when they are discovering it, and the people who knows about the Vectrex. So many people told me they really want to have an original one, but it's so expensive now.
And
Well,
this
if
is
you
why
want,
I think you're going to find a lot of success here because with the Sega Mega Drive Mini, you could buy the Mini for more than an original hardware, whereas the Vectrex Mini, I can imagine, is going to be far cheaper than buying an original because they are an obscene price nowadays.
I can tell you the price. It's going to be 150 euros, 149 exactly euros.
Nice.
That's a price I wanted to make because I think it's the average price for Mini these days. It's gonna come with the console, the 12 overlays, of course the Bluetooth joystick that comes inside the Mini as the original one.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that part.
It's as sick as this. How it all comes together.
It's you see. The joystick
cool,
is like
Could you show what an overlay looks like being installed and taken up for our viewers?
For that price as well, the fact that you get the screen with it as well, it's an all-in-one unit. I think that's a great price.
Exactly.
You're not just buying the console and the games and you have to source the rest of it. It's all-in-one, everything's there. So that's a very fair price in my opinion.
Thank you. Well, the only one who complained on the price during the Gamescom was a French guy. So yeah,
you expected
I was
that,
not really surprised.
Nothing new there,
so,
right?
It's like this.
Nice.
It's not easy to get it out. I'm using another overlay to get it out in general, and that's the demonstration effect. So without the overlays, and you can notice that it's working on a external battery.
Oh wow! I was going to ask.
It's a USB connector, very
to
standard
USB-C?
one. It's gonna be USB-C inside, and this is a USB standard connector, and it works really well on a battery. This prototype, it runs on Windows. It's a PC inside. So
Raspberry Pi? Is that Raspberry Pi?
My other prototype is on Raspberry Pi.
Okay.
This one works on
Windows,
works on a PC and Windows, and the other prototype works on Raspberry Pi with Recalbox. So
nice.
So it works really well. So very simple. You put the overlay like the original one. It's difficult, like the original one, but
it's a true representation of how it was to use the original one back in the 80s. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I did it.
Well,
I did it again.
You sound surprised.
No, it's because I did the overlay myself, and everything is unmade for the moment. But of course, this
and
is
in the
going to be.
background there is that prototype packaging as well. Is that a
I
possibility
can
to look
show
at?
you, of course.
I'm a sucker for good packaging.
Just there.
Oh yeah,
that's nice.
The prototype of the packaging. So, yeah, I want to be very close to the original packaging, American packaging. This is the European one. But if you look at the original American box, it's going to look like this.
Very nice.
So, yeah, it's going to be displayed on Blackpool, and also will be in Portland in middle of October for a retro fair also. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm very impatient to go back to the US and salute Mr. Trump. It's going to be great. Great. Make Vectrex great again.
That you are. Okay, so you said 149 euros. When are you going to be crowdfunding that? How are you launching it? When can people begin pre-orders?
It's up to Chris now. He's a master.
He works fast.
He's a master in crowdfunding. No, we have to validate the project on Kickstarter to have the landing page on Kickstarter, because I put everything in the Kickstarter except one thing. I didn't put any video yet because I'm working on it. And they asked me to validate the project. They want a video of the prototype, working prototype, and me working at the prototype.
Who's them? Kickstarter themselves?
Yeah, they asked that to validate the project.
Cool.
So now with the Gamescom, I think I've got 20 videos of people testing the Mini. So I'm going to put that. I'm working on that today. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be validated very soon. And when we have the landing page, I think we are going to wait. I wanted to try to launch it at the end of September, but Chris told me that would be a better idea to launch it after the road trip I have to do in October if I want to be available to answer everything about the Kickstarter. So he told me, be patient. Nobody is waiting for your project right now. You can wait one moment and have a nice trip to Blackpool, to Portland, and back in France with the Paris Games Week at the end of October, and displaying this prototype and others I'm working on right now, and explaining, as explaining to you guys, everything we are up to on the Vectrex Mini, and launch the Kickstarter after that journey, that big journey in October.
You have a busy month, huh?
Yeah, but it's going to be so great. I'm really impatient to go everywhere.
For a lot.
Do you have any sense of maybe like crowdfunding extras that you're doing? You said there was going to be some certain like leap goals.
I can't show you. I don't know if you can share the screen, but I can show you what I was showing at Gamescom. This is a mini presentation for the launch of the Kickstarter. So let me open that, and I'm trying to share that to you. So share screen. Are you seeing that?
It's coming.
Yes,
Yes,
we can see that.
I can see that.
So we were at Gamescom. And that's the picture you saw on on our website. I can explain some details because this is you can see Mindstorm with its overlays, the welcome page of Vectrex Mini. That I want something like that, a different welcome page, not the Vectrex original Vectrex welcome page. You have the list of the games on another screen of the Mini. So I really want to have a menu very simple to read and access, something really easy to access. And on the last one, you see the back of the Mini. You have HDMI exit, and so we want to have a video.
Mini HDMI?
No, it's a
HDMI.
regular HDMI, but it's not gonna be HDMI because I've got the price for an HDMI license, and it's very, very expensive. So I was more thinking of a USB USB-C video out. It's gonna work the same, and more. Perhaps we can do video in on the USB-C too, and use the 5-inch screen like a TED screen for TED games, you know. So it could be fun to have this possibility. And if it's a USB-C connector, it's gonna have video out, but also video in. But perhaps we can manage something to use the Vectrex Mini screen for displaying TED games. Anyway, this is how it works. It's gonna work. So there will be a Founder edition, only 50 units at 99 euros. Early bird, perhaps 250 units, because I've been asked 200 is too small.
So is there anything different about the Founders edition in terms of the...
No, it's exactly the same product, but it's the price. We want to thanks all the first backers. So the 50 first backers gonna have the Vectrex Mini at a very, very low price. I'm losing money on this one. The early birds, 200, perhaps 250 units, are 229, and the standard edition, the regular price, at 249.
149.
149, yes.
Yeah.
If you want to pay more, you can pay more, but no, that's
the tip.
That's to make money for the Founders Edition, yeah. If they do that, then we can make
exactly.
some money back.
But there is a more expensive edition that will be the white Vectrex Mini.
Oh, that's giving me like Macintosh vibes.
Yeah, exactly. But it was before the Macintosh, I remind you. So we are before the Vectrex was before the Mac.
Yeah, so the Apple Mac is giving Vectrex vibes then if we're doing this properly.
Exactly. So I wanted to do a special edition. I asked my company in Taiwan. I wanted to do a gold edition or perhaps a silver edition, and they said to me, David, it's too complicated. You have to do painting over the plastic. It's going to be wow. So I asked them, which color can I do? Say white. Why not? We have to make sure about that, but white is perhaps a good possibility. Okay. Let's do a white edition. It's going to be classy, I think.
And it's numbered with a certificate of authenticity, which will definitely intrigue the big collectors, for sure.
Yeah, I hope so.
And what's the sticker pack? It just comes with a special sticker pack here. Is that something like of Vectrex memorabilia over the years that you can adorn the sides of the console to make it look like an arcade cabinet kind of thing?
You get so many good ideas, Seb.
Well, listen, I take 10% of all the every idea.
Okay.
So we can organise that after the podcast. That's fine, and we can set up an invoice system. Don't worry, David. It's fine.
Yeah. No, there are many possibilities of special editions, special stuff we can do with the Vectrex. But right now, I'm focusing only of the things I'm going to show you. This is the second Bluetooth controller you can buy for the Vectrex Mini, and what the interesting part is, we're gonna add a dongle that could allow you to connect any Bluetooth device to the original console. Of course, the Vectrex controller we are doing for the Mini, but I hope the controller will be will have possibilities to connect to other controllers like the 8-bit DOs. I'm going to try to do that. So anyway, it's going to work with the Vectrex Mini controller and works on the original console, because a lot of people has issues with their controllers on the original Vectrex. I've got issues. I've got 4 Vectrex perhaps 5 very soon. And because I got a friend who want to give me his Vectrex.
This is why we can't get hold of any Vectrexes, because you have all of them.
Exactly. It's here in my basement.
You're monopolizing the remaining stock in the world.
You can only buy so many because he's not allowed up into the main house.
He's building his own house using Vectrexes to live inside of, and then
it's a Vectrex storage here. Anyway, the dongle gonna be very useful for people who are having trouble with the original controller and can connect a modern controller to their original Vectrex. 8video has already done this kind of dongle on the NES and on the I think it was the SNES, the PlayStation, and few different consoles.
Yeah, they've done loads. Yeah.
And I think it's a marvelous idea. So I asked my engineers in Taiwan to work on that because I think it's going to be really great. And I can use that. I have a use for that. As I told you, I was an editor before working on this project. So you can't imagine how many stuff I've collected since 3 years working on Vectrex. Interviews, photos, advertising, schematics, technical infos, of course, on the games also. So I've got so many infos now, I'm going to do a book. With my friends from MO5 and my friends from around, we are gonna contribute to do that nice book that's gonna be a real homage to the Vectrex original Vectrex.
Very cool.
That's amazing, yeah.
Of course, as you can see, I've got a Vectrex T-shirt.
Always a T-shirt.
It's gonna be we're gonna sell the same one because it was really popular. And it's sold out everywhere. You can't find one anymore. So we want to do that Vectrex T-shirt again. But I come up with some of my ideas. That's gonna be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Mindstorm, that is the flagship of the games for the Vectrex since 1982. Cool. So
for anyone who's not seen the video part of this, we've just seen some T-shirts of like a kind of Superman style logo with the Vectrex V, and then we're looking at a Mindstorm kind of graphic on a T-shirt here, and these are very nostalgic. And for people who have grown up playing Mindstorm, I can imagine they'll be heading to get these straight away.
I hope. And the last one, Spike and Molly T-shirt, because I love Spike.
You like Spike, huh?
It's a great game, and I love to have a T-shirt. Well, this is important thing I'm doing when I'm working on a project like the Vectrex. First of all, it's a thing I want to own myself. It's always a project of stuff. I need a new controller for my old Vectrex. I want to have a Vectrex Mini because I've got all the minis, and this is one I wanted to have. And for the T-shirts and for the book, it's a thing I want to have myself before doing it for public.
Yeah, it's the biggest motivation if you love doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I didn't told you, but the end product is gonna run on a ESP32. That's going to be the main core for our Vectrex emulation. It works. We already tried it, and it works really well on the ESP32. And as you know, the ESP32 has Bluetooth capabilities for the joystick, but also a Wi-Fi capabilities. And I thought that Mini, it's really interesting, but you play. How long are you going to play on the Vectrex Mini? Like the other Mini, and I saw some videos of guys telling that the Mini is on their shelf now and it's only for display and they don't use it. So I imagine an application that will run on the Vectrex Mini, and with a Wi-Fi connection, it allows you to transform your Vectrex Mini as a clock.
Oh, cool!
So,
that's very cool.
Yes.
So you can have your Vectrex Mini on your desk, working, and you will have the time, the weather information. You can set up some alarms that will feature perhaps Spike or Mindstorm, and as it is going to be Wi-Fi connected, I hope we can perhaps connect to a Google Agenda and have notification for appointments or things like that. So that's really a key feature I want to add to the Vectrex Mini, to have the possibility to have it on my desk and to be a part of my workflow every day. And because I'm sure I love to play with the Vectrex Mini, but after a few hours of play, it's like other minis. It goes on a shelf and only for display.
And it's also an excuse to tell your wife that you're not playing video games. You're learning about the weather. You have your notifications. It's a part of your workflow.
Yeah, it's also an excuse to your wife or mate and say, "No, I'm not buying a new game. It's a clock. It's a clock I need for my desk."
How else will I tell the time? Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know what you think of this feature, guys, but I think it's really nice.
It looks really
good.
I
think that's the start of something cool, again, with your community that will probably come up with weird and wacky ways to make use of that screen. So I think it's a good idea.
Of course, I'm sure they're going to hack that very, very quickly. So
someone will get Doom running on this incredibly quickly.
Of course.
Doom will be on this thing within the hour of it releasing, 100%.
That's it. You've seen everything. I've shown you everything.
Well, one thing I want to ask you is there were plans to revive Vectrex as a handheld back in the day before the Game Boy arrived. Do you think that's something that you guys might look to do if the Vectrex Mini goes down well with customers and gamers over the world? Do you think you guys might start to make newer machines and different machines and possibly revive the idea of a handheld Vectrex for the future?
This question has been asked so many times in Gamescom.
we weren't there, so
and
you can't get angry at us because we weren't there, so we didn't know this. So this is
no.
This
it's a real concern among the fans, and the thing is, I want to say, if Vectrex Mini is a success, it's not going to be a one shot. I've got so many ideas of projects that I can do around the Vectrex and for the Vectrex, and also Vectrex Mini is not going. I'm going to quote Steve Jobs. I think it's not going to be the last Vectrex Mini. We want to do perhaps a second edition with more features. We want to do a bigger one. Of course, I want to do a big Vectrex. But and people ask me, why did you start by doing a big Vectrex? Many answers for that questions. We can challenge the original look and rendering of the CRT of the original Vectrex. So let's start on a smaller one and see after that if we can go bigger and still have a good quality of the vector rendering in a bigger screen. Because this one on 5-inch only runs on 800 pixels to 800 pixels. That's it. And you can't. Yeah, but we don't need more for that kind of screen. But if we go on a bigger screen, we're going to need HD resolution, a powerful processor. And I don't want it to start with a Vectrex that costs $300 or $400 because it needed more power, more plastics, more development. No, the Mini, I think, is a nice start. And if we want to do like this is a 5-inch, perhaps we want to do a 7-inch before the 9-inch. I don't know yet, but really I want to do more products, more Vectrex, and I hope this is going to be a success. I'm doing everything I can to please the fans, and if it's a success, we will continue. We will go on and make more Vectrex. That's for sure.
Great. That's lovely to hear, especially we're big fans of handhelds, so anything in that area we'll be very excited about. David,
me too. You saw handheld stuff?
Yeah,
behind
so
me?
cool.
This is not unintentional. So sorry for my English, but yeah, I love handheld products. So yeah, why not?
That wasn't intentional, did you say? So there's a possibility that something's working in the back of your head, huh?
Yeah, sorry. My thoughts are better than what I say through my mouth. But that's a problem of French mouth. I don't know.
The problem of French mouth.
Yeah, they know how to say. They know how to say camembert, Tour Eiffel, je t'aime. But English words with a th, I know it's too difficult for us.
You've done brilliantly. You've done absolutely brilliantly, David. Don't worry about that. It's been a pleasure having you on here with us.
Me too. I was really happy to be there and to have the opportunities to explain to your fantastic community, because Retro Dodo is really big in retro fans, and it's just great to be there. And don't hesitate to come on our social networks, our Twitter, our Facebook. We are on Instagram, Vectrex on Twitter, for example. But you will find us very easily and ask questions. Go on the website, vectrex.com, subscribe to the newsletter, and of course, when we have news from the Kickstarter, we will send a newsletter, and we'll keep up giving infos to you guys and to all the retro fans community.
Perfect. Thank you, David. And I hope we get to meet you in October at Blackpool to get some hands-on.
Me too.
But in the meantime, we'll probably get you back on the podcast once things go well with the crowdfunding campaign, and we can start talking about your next one.